Hey guys, welcome to part two. This is I'm going to finish up this is where I'm going to finish up here on my Friday the 13th franchise movie review. Um, we go from part 6 all the way up to the remake. So then we continue on with Friday the 13th part 6, Jason Lives. I have to say, this is my favorite Friday the 13th sequel. I think this is the best one. Jason looked probably the scariest in this one. The killings were the best in this one. The Tommy Jarvis character was the best in this one, even though all the three movies, the Tommy Jarvis character was played 3 times by a different guy. But this one's my favorite one. I don't really have much to say, but if you haven't seen this one, you're really missing out on a good Friday the 13th movie. And this is one you gotta watch right here. Yeah. I don't really have much to say about my favorite one, but that's it. Okay. Then we move on to Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. And this is, obviously, most people would know this is the first time Kane Hodder played Jason. And this is obviously, I think, really good. This is one of the first Friday the 13th movies I've ever saw. Probably wasn't my first, but one of my first. I think this is obviously one of the best sequels, and I would recommend this one to most people. Also just because it's Kane Hodder's first appearance, and he did Kane Hodder. Everyone knows he's the best Jason. So yeah, good sequel. Another one of the best sequels. But then they come to, I guess you could say, the last by Paramount Pictures that they made by Paramount Pictures, Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Now, I like this one. It was a decent sequel. It was a fun film. This is the first time they took Jason out of Crystal Lake, and he goes to Manhattan. The only problem that I really had with this one was that there wasn't really as much gore in it as most of the other ones. And all slasher films need gore, and I think everybody should think that all slasher films need gore in it. But this one didn't really have that much gore in it. I still liked it, though. It was a decent slasher film. But this movie did kind of poorly, didn't really make a whole lot of money, so Paramount decided that they couldn't do it anymore, and they sold their rights to New Line Cinema, which made Jason Goes to Hell the Final Friday, which obviously made a little bit more money than Jason Takes Manhattan, but really also received poorly. This one is, when I first saw it, I enjoyed it, but this is probably my least favorite, even though this is, it's basically Jason's barely even in this movie for 5 minutes, and he's possessing people, really. It's really weird, but, I enjoyed it. My least favorite, but I enjoyed it. You know, it's got a cool Freddy Krueger. It's got a, when he gets sent to hell at the end, Freddy Krueger's glove comes up with a mask and grabs him. That leads up to Freddy vs. Jason, which was really surprising. That really surprised me because I saw Freddy vs. Jason before I saw Jason Goes to Hell, and it was really, really surprising. And then we come to probably another one of my least favorites, which they made. It seems like they only made this one just so they can keep the money alive, because I'm sure that they were still developing Freddy vs. Jason when they were making this movie, which is Jason X. This is where Jason goes like 400 years into the future, gets frozen, and just like starts killing people in outer space. Another one of my least favorites. Seems like to me like New Line's doing better than Paramount, but I don't know, that's just the way it is. Anyways, another one of my least favorites. I'm sure you all know that this is Kane Hodder's last appearance as Jason, but that kind of sucked. But anyway, then we come to, I guess, the one that everyone's been waiting for, Freddy vs. Jason. Now, I like this movie a whole lot. This is another one of my favorite Friday the 13th movies, which is also, you could say, the 8th movie in the Nightmare on Elm Street series. I like this movie. It was really good. It was really gory. I like how at the ending fight where they just start beating beating up each other really bad, and then they just, towards the end, they start killing each other, and just blood starts going everywhere. It's really cool. I thought it was decent. Although the only problem I really had with it was that we didn't, like I said, we didn't get to have Kane Hodder as Jason, and that's what we all wanted to see, was Robert Englund and Kane Hodder fight as Freddy and Jason. But we didn't get it. But I still thought it was a good movie. Ken Kersinger played Jason in Freddy vs. Jason. I thought he did a good job. But we all know we wanted to see Kane Hodder. But good movie. I like it. So then we come to the remake, which is I saw in theaters about 2 months ago, and it was decent. I liked it. I thought it could have been done better. The same screenwriters, Mark Swift and Damian Shannon, wrote it. That also wrote Freddy vs. Jason and the remake. They tried their hardest, I think, on both movies, and they were both, I thought, really good. So, yeah. Anyways, I won't say too much about it if you haven't seen it, because I don't want to spoil anything for you, but well, this is my review of my Friday the 13th franchise movie review. We've seen Jason do all these cool things. So, we've seen him go from Crystal Lake to Manhattan to hell to outer space to Elm Street and all that. Check out next month for the story of Jason Voorhees' music video. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.